Hello and welcome to Holtonsfixit. Over the last few years I've been using a laptop in favour of using a desktop, to be honest. The only trouble you'll find mainly with laptops is the fact that they do get hot underneath. To that end I have a laptop cooler, and that's what we're on today, laptop cooler time. This is my laptop cooler, and over the past few years of actually using the laptop cooler, I found that it's starting to get a little bit gunky with all the little fans underneath it, because it picks up all the dust and dirt on the surface that you're putting it on. So to that end, today we are going to take it apart, clean it, put it back together. Hopefully it works when we put it back together. I'll see you on the other side. Right, now this is my laptop cooler. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fans in it. It has 2 USB ports behind that actually power all these fans and stuff. But as you can see, if I get in a little bit closer to the fans, you can see they're all gunked up with whatever dust, dirt and everything else that they have picked up over the past couple of years or so that I have been using this. The actual fans and stuff like that, they actually work absolutely perfect. I mean, they really do blow a good considerable amount of air through these fans underneath to provide cooling for my laptop. So without further ado, we're going to take it apart. Underneath, if I turn this over, I'm trying to do this with one hand, you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Now we'll take those 4 screws out and see if we can get to the fans that are underneath, so we'll be able to clean the fans and make sure get all this gunk out of it. Cut. Well, as you can see, I still got it all like flipped over, like we were before, and got my trusty old screwdriver, and let's undo these screws. Now let's see where we go from here. Undoing these screws, we should be able to get some kind of a bit of movement on what's underneath it. This cooler, by the way, I managed to buy this one off the internet at quite a considerable cheap price, to be honest, and I was quite pleased with it when it arrived. It arrived in double quick time, because the cooler that I did have it at the particular time that I was using it fell apart through, I suppose, constant use, and this one's proven to be a bit difficult to get into, I must admit. Anyone who's had one of these and had one of these apart, please feel free to comment on how we are supposed to get these apart, because it looks like there's only 4 screws that actually remove this thing. So I don't want to go prizing on stuff and then it obviously breaks, because that's not a good thing that it will do. So let's persevere anyway. I don't want to go prizing on too much. So let's change the head in that and see what happens. Surely going to be able to prize on it somewhere. The trusty old screwdriver is getting a bit lame as well now. So think they would have made this a little bit easier for someone to get into, but they haven't. It's got to be something else holding it then. And I bet you'll like there's something else underneath these feet. That's usually the usual trick. They usually put a couple of screws underneath these feet just to say, ha ha, we tricked you, we tricked you. So let's see what happens. Just take one of these out and see whether there is anything underneath there. Doesn't feel like there's anything underneath there, but stranger things have happened in paradise, as they say. Whether that is a saying or not, I don't know. I don't mind removing these feet because I can always get something to... Ah, yeah, there is. There's 4 screws underneath here. I'll bet you what you like. I don't mind removing these because I can always replace these at a different different date. And these are already raised above anyway. They're just like rubber feet, so they keep off the desk. But this doesn't get used on a desk very much, so it's usually on, you know, being a laptop, you keep it on your lap, don't you? So there's another one. Yep. And as I was thinking, it was just all the 4 screws. So we have to remove all of these at the side as well. By the looks of it, mind you, I don't think I'll have to remove all. If I thought about it, I could have just felt along there and got to the middle of these screw holes, couldn't I? Yeah, never mind. It's just one of them things. We can get over this. I'd be able to put a little bit of something in there. But knowing that there's these 4 hidey hole screws, now that's these 4 hidden screws. Oh dear. There we go. Yep, that's the ones. Right, let's change the head back on there, and we'll get these screws out as well. So there's 8 screws in total. Well, let's take these ones out then. Should come apart now. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god. I just had a look underneath here quickly before I got the camera on it. Oh my god. Ooh. You ought to see it. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Oh my god, that's not pretty at all. Oh, go, gunk. Oh. Yeah, that is not pretty. Glad to say that all these are removable. Right. Just as a matter of course, I will actually show you and zoom up on how bad this has actually got over the years of all the dust and everything else. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, everyone could turn around and say, yeah, hey ho, blimey, you're a dirty person and all the rest of it. But no, this is just general sort of dust that, you know, picks up. Let's face it, you know, we have dust on the side and we come along and, you know, the furniture polish and we go and clean things off. But this is just accumulated over the years, and this is what's going to be sprayed back up into the bottom of my laptop again. So let's get doing. We'll clean it all off and get rid of it all, because this is not going to do my laptop any good whatsoever. Well, here we are again at I've cleaned all the bottom out here, and I've cleaned all the fans. Primarily I had to get there with my finger with a cloth and go like that and clean each fin and everything else. I spared you all that trouble of watching me do that, and not only that, I didn't want to gross, one, I didn't have to want to gross you out, and two, I wanted to save myself a little bit of the embarrassment as well, because I'm a little embarrassed to show you how dirty this actually becomes, but this is a necessary thing that you have to do now and again. Primary reason for doing this, I suppose, is because the fans wasn't blowing out as much air as I thought that they did when I bought the thing new. So over the years, I suppose it just got clogged up. So without further ado, let's start installing some of these fans again. And I think we'll find that one goes down there, kind of like that. The wires come across here and they go into these little joiners here, there. And I think I'll find that one there comes down over that way. And that the wire goes over that way, like that. And I think I'll find this one here. Kind of goes like that. That gets installed like that. Is it? Don't feel like it. That's I could be mistaken. Unless that wire goes that way. Could go that way. Yeah. There we go. That goes like that. That wire goes down through there, like that. Right, and that one comes over. That goes all the way up through that connector just there. Sorry about that, you can't see that one very well because my hand's in the way. And that one goes like that. There we go. Yeah. I pushed down really hard. And I assume that one will do the same. Yes. Assume that one will do the same when it goes on there properly. Yes. Let's try it around that way. Might make a difference. Yeah, it does. Here we go. Yep, that's it. Like that. That sits on there perfect. Right, now this big one here comes over and that sits. All that does is just sits on that there. Right, let's put some screws back in and see what we can do with that. Right, let's button it all back up. hopefully I'll be able to get all these wires in some kind of a sensible place where they will go. I'm hoping, let's put it that way, because I don't want them getting all tangled up and caught on where they are supposed to be. Do you know, that looks quite good actually. I'm quite pleased with that myself. Yep. Right, before I put all the screws in and everything else, I do have a USB connected to I say putting on my computer. I put a USB connection plugged straight into their socket, through onto a USB connection here, purely just to try it. So let's connect it up. Get out the right way, Andy. That does help. Right. Let's try this. Oh, look at that. Oh, and that, even just the 4 fans, that is blowing out quite a considerable amount of air. Let's switch that one off and try the centre one. The centre one is perfect. Oh yes, there's a lot more air passed through that now. And let's try them all together. Oh yeah, that is brilliant. That is lovely. As you can see, these have LED or neons or whatever you want to call it, lights that come up through there as well to show that they are working. And you can see they're working, but I suppose it gives it aesthetically, it gives it a little bit more. But that feels a whole lot better blowing up through there now. Right, that is much better. Action. Well, let's sum this one up. I spared you all the details and actually putting the screws back in the back again. It did stump me for a little bit of where the screws were and everything else. It only all I could see when I first turned it over was the fact that it had only the 4 screws, but there were more underneath that, underneath the feet, weren't there, hidden away. Nice of them. But I think I saved myself a few more bucks now of going and getting getting another one. I think hopefully this will go on for a few more years now. But nice and clean and ready in service again. Thanks for watching. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, just watch whatever way it is. Subscribe button. If you like the channel, click like. I'll see you again sometime. Bye bye.